Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian. We are playing some more Elves. We are playing game number 2 with the Elves deck, and I have actually upgraded it. I've given it the upgrade it deserves. It's not everything. It's not like it's not the tier 1 deck, but it's like it's halfway there. And as far as opening hands goes, this is definitely keepable. So that's one thing about this series I'm going to be doing throughout this entire month and going onward is the first game is always going to be with the budget deck, and then the games 2 and 3, which you're going to see today, and then you're also seeing game 3 also today, are going to be with what do I want to do? Elvish Mystic. Are going to be with a slightly upgraded version of the deck. I could run you through most of the upgrades really quickly while we're playing. Obviously, Sideboard has been upgraded because I have some of the Sideboard cards that I really need. In this case, I also put in the Nettle Sentinel, the Heritage Druid, and I have two copies of Collected Company. I don't own all 4 of them because they are expensive, and I'm slowly building cards that I need. Yeah, so we have 2 Collected Companies in the deck just in case. And our opponent plays a Verdant Catacombs. Maybe they're also playing Elves. Likely not. Verdant Catacombs isn't really played in Elves, to be honest. So that's the thing. Indeed. I am tempted to run down the Archdruid, because the next turn we can basically dump the rest of our hand onto the table, which would be fun. In my idea, that's fun. Okay, shift our opponent's turn, see what they have. Elves are doing what Elves do best. Mind you, again, if our opponent is playing black and they go get black, Fatal Push makes this guy and or this guy go away. So opponent lets it come into play tapped. They don't want to pay the extra life. They probably know that Elves can run down pretty fast, even if they do get rid of the Archdruid. Fatal Push. I guess he needs to make something leave play in order to Fatal Push the Archdruid. Tarmogoyf. That is also a card that I don't want to see. Oh, Tarmogoyf. I don't really see Tarmogoyf as much nowadays playing. I feel like there's a couple other cards that people just play more. And I guess we run down Blooming Marsh. So I think we go Elvish Mystic into what? Maybe let's go to combat, swing with... Yeah, we'll go to combat. Before we start playing everything, we will go like this. See if opponent wants to trade. Likely doesn't want to trade. No. Opponent doesn't want to trade with his Tarmogoyf with our Elvish Mystic. He's not even trade. He's going to lose it. And then we go like a so and play this guy. And yes. And then we're also going to play the Nettle Sentinel at the same time. Why not? Why not indeed? Opponent is there. Our hand is on the table. If our opponent does... get more stuff into the graveyard, which is likely going to happen. It is something that happens with these decks. Then his Tarmogoyf is going to get out of control. Yeah. Hand has been good. We had a good opening hand, but now we need to start swinging for real Z's damage. Mind you, these guys both can swing in for 3, which is nice. I'm just concerned that his Tarmogoyf actually... is going to get bigger, and then is just going to eat all of our elves. This, Lagoyf. What is it? What is this thing, anyways? I'm assuming it's like a trash monster, essentially. Oh, Maelstrom Polish. Yeah, okay. We knew that was going to come. We knew that was going to happen. And now it is a 3-4. We need another Lord, is what we need. Yes. Please, go to our turn. Please draw to something meaningful, not a land. Do not want land. Adrian does not want to see land. Which means I don't want to see that either. Indeed. So what do I do here? Do I don't think I swing in. I think I just kind of hang out. I hang out because if he decides he wants to swing in, we need to like double block and get rid of his Tarmogoyf, or triple block if things go sideways for us. Not the best plan, but it is a plan indeed. So for now, we're kind of sitting back, which is really bad. It's like the worst thing you can do against a Jund deck is just hang out. It's like they're just going to draw into their answers, which is not something we ever want to deal with. Yeah, Jund will eat our stuff really slowly. Or quickly. We're going to pretend that this land is a collected company. Because we have 4 mana in play. There's literally no reason for us to play more land at this point. And our opponent knows he's playing against elves. So our opponent may also think that we are playing collected company. So this could be Coco, according to our opponent. Cryptic command, target player discards a card. So he's hoping he would have got a collected company there. He got a forest. But we also lost we lost one of our Nettle Sentinel. Which at this point, I mean, Nettle Sentinel is really good, like, turn 1, turn 2. Now we're dealing with 2, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Opponent has a pocket full of Tarmogoyfs. Huh. Do I triple block the Tarmogoyf? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think the plan here is to sit and wait. Draw into one of our lords. Draw into collected company. There's a lot of things we can draw into. We could also just draw into more land. We could also draw into more land. It was like literally the last thing I wanted. I literally did not want more land. And this deck runs really light on lands as well. This is like a 19 land deck. It's really light. It doesn't want more land. Yes. Okay. Bloodbraid Elf. Yes. Yes, you would. And he's going to see Inquisition into a forest, which means we can play a forest next turn. This is the way the game goes. Tis the way the game goes. Which means he basically just lost value off of his Inquisition. A little bit surprised. I guess you technically do see, you know, Bloodbraids. I guess we're going to block the Bloodbraid here. So go like this, and what is this going to be? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to block one. Do I need to block one of them? 12 puts me at 14. I think we go like this, just in case we do actually draw into something that matters. Instead of just, because we don't really gain much other than just not losing 4 life. Because we don't die at 4 life. It's not like these guys have trample. It's not like he has anything that does 4 damage straight up. Heritage Druid is not what we need. We'll play it as a chump blocker. We'll play the land, because he knows we have it. And 1, 2, 3. I guess we swing like this and let it go to our opponent's turn. Just in case he plays another Bloodbraid or something like that, we have at least 1 more blocker. I know you're saying, well, but Adrian, you have 5 blockers, and that would make 4 creatures. Yes, but we're playing against Jund. Jund has a lot of spot removal, and all our stuff is within Fatal Push range, so let's not get too crazy. Alright. Blocking time. Here you guys go. You are the sacrificial lambs in this this scenario. And Heritage Druid or Elvish Mystic? I think it's going to be Heritage Druid. Elvish Mystic's awesome. Heritage Druid is awesome, but I don't think, I think it's going to be better to save a little bit of low mana here. What does our opponent get? Liliana the Veil. Ooh, that's like one of the worst cards that we want to see, because he's going to go target player sacks a creature. And I think the sacked creature is going to be Dwynen's Elite. Scoos. Fun. Jund is a really hard matchup for elves. Unless we get a really good aggro hand and are swinging for serious beans, it's really hard. Okay. So we get to choose... What do we... Reveal any. Well, let's just reveal all of it. I will take all of the cards revealed, please. So Ezuri Renegade Leader is really good, but we need to get more stuff onto the table. Being at 4 is really not ideal in this scenario. Really not ideal. So I think we go like this, and we're going to chump block a bunch of stuff next turn. The problem as well is we have a bunch of creatures, so then he can double eat. So we basically need to go 4 to 4 Sacking this. This doesn't really help us out at all. I think this is actually where we scoop. I think we scoop. We save our time. We save the time we have. Begin sideboarding. What we're going to do. So Pithing Needle comes in. It's one of the sideboard cards that was added in. And I think we also go Nihil Spellbomb. We do not want. Thought Seizes would be great. And Rapid Vigor doesn't really help us out at all. We have Assassin's Trophy and Abrupt Decay. I think those both come in. Actually, I don't think Thoughtseize is actually good against Jund. I think having the removal is better. Obviously, we're doing this. Name just Bolt the Graveyard. Pithing Needle to name Liliana. And this doesn't matter. Rec Sage doesn't matter. Things that come out. One Sylvan Messenger comes out, I think. I think maybe both Sylvan Messengers come out. Shaman of the Pack. Yeah, I think I take out 2 Shamans of the Pack because we're going against Jund. He's going to be removing stuff. Unlikely that we're going to get much value off here. It's going to be playing 3 for like Drain 2 life. Just not quite good enough for us. And we need more of the aggro. And Shaman of the Pack is not very aggro-like. Okay, going against Jund. Opening hand is... It is fast. It is very fast. But is it going to get us there? I mean, like, we'll have all the mana, but we don't have anything to do with all the mana. We could draw into those things, which would be fun. I think we're going to keep it. So it's basically turn 1 Elvish Mystic, turn 2 Heritage Druid, Nettle Sentinel, Nettle Sentinel, Nettle Sentinel. So it's basically turn 2 everything else. So yeah. Yeah. It's like turn 2 rest of my hand. Which means I need to draw into something. So this is kind of a risky hand. The other downside, the other... I guess we don't play everything else. Play most everything else. Bolt is a good idea for that. Do I draw into something relevant? Not land-shaped? Don't want land. Do not want land. Last thing Adrian wants is more land. Westvale Abbey is land. Mind you, Westvale Abbey might do it. Let's find out. Okay. Well, so I guess we go Heritage Druid into Nettle Sentinel and then pass to our opponent's turn. And I can't play this because I don't have extra mana. I need if the Elvish Mystic was up, we could have tap, bam, played both these guys. Westvale Abbey is an interesting thing. So there goes our Nettle Sentinel. Because the big thing with Westvale Abbey is if we can flip it, we definitely get a big scary creature. More likely what we're going to do is we're going to be paying life to create humans to prevent his Liliana from making us sack everything, which is going to be the plan. Okay. Something relevant would be awesome. Elvish Mystic is not at all relevant. So I guess we go to combat, swing with both of these guys. The reason why we're going to combat before we play any of these guys, other than just best practice, is because Nettle Sentinel doesn't untap, so this will allow us to untap our Nettle Sentinel. So we can play Nettle Sentinel. We can play... yes, this should always be yes. And I don't ever need to yield to it. The nice thing about this is basically starting next turn we can start cranking out humans. This should be always yes. Always yield. Alright, shift to opponent's turn. This is where stuff gets bad for me in Jundland. We will see. Wooded Foothills. So the thing is, the one thing I guess right now is we technically don't have a ton of stuff. So that is a thing. That is a thing indeed. So I think we go to combat, swing with these 3 guys. Play the... Because we'd like to do this first turn. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're good to go to combat and swing with So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. Okay, go to combat. I think we can attack with all of these guys. No. Can't attack with Heritage Druid because we need 1 extra elf. Because we have to pay 1 mana to play this. Yeah. Okay. And then paying the 1 mana for this guy. I want to always yield. Always yield. Always yes. And we can do this at instant speed, so let's do it at our opponent's end step. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Technically 6, but yeah, it would have been the other way around. 1/1 human elf cleric token. I guess theoretically we could also crack this off right now for a flying indestructible creature. That is also a thing we could do. Maybe we'll do that at our opponent's end step. We'll see what our opponent plays. So opponent's gonna tap himself out for a Bloodbraid. Grafdigger's Cage is not gonna do it for our opponent. Okay, well that's a thing. And our opponent's end step, we're going to make Westvale Abbey into a big, scary creature. 1, 2, 3. Sure. 4, 5. Sack 5 creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 2 as well. Making a giant, scary creature. Westvale Abbey. Turn 5, Westvale Abbey. Not that impressive. Opponent scoops it. Begin sideboard. Westvale Abbey for the win. That was pretty rad. What do I think I was leaving. I think we're running back the way it is. Assassin's Trophy, Abrupt Decays still helps us out. Yeah. Okay, run her back. Wow. Westvale Abbey, scary card once you get into play. I guess the big thing, because it's indestructible, our opponent, especially against Jund, they have to make us sacrifice it. That's like their only option, is they need a Liliana in play. Obviously, we wouldn't be... Well, we're going to do it at our opponent's end step anyways. So, ooh. This seems like a fun opening hand. I think we can keep this. Opponent's going first. Yeah, because we're doing it at our opponent's end step, they're not going to be able to play their Liliana anyways, so... Yeah. Good for us. Bad for our opponent. Okay, our turn. Maybe if you're playing the budget deck, I would actually think that Westvale Abbey might be one of the best cards you want to add in, like, first upgrades. Whew, nice. Super sexy. As you can see, I still have the Llanowar Wastes in because I don't have the Cavernous Souls, because they are expensive. So I don't actually own any on MTGO. I own a couple in paper, but not on MTGO. I was kind of like this close to buying them. I'm like, they're like $11 each. They're really expensive. Or they're more than that, actually. I don't remember. Maybe they're more than that online. They're a little bit just outside of my price range. I was considering buying them because other decks that we're going to be seeing throughout the duration of this the holiday season also need them. So I was like, that'd be a really cool upgrade that I could have also played, but I didn't. Okay, so Scavenging Ooze is very good against us because stuff will slowly die because that's what they do, and playing stuff that makes stuff die is always fun for our opponent. Now, obviously we'd like to play Archdruid like turn 2. The problem is, again, we're playing against Jund, which means things dying sucks. So playing, Elvish Clancaller might be better. I almost think. It's a hard one. It's a real hard one. Yeah. Well, whatever. Let's go this way, because if he doesn't have an answer for it, which 99% chance he does, if he doesn't have an answer for it, then it's going to make our next turn very explosive. So it's one of those ones where greater risk equals greater reward, and that's kind of what I'm going for here. If I get the Archdruid into play and it's being all awesome and stuff, then I could, and he doesn't have a way of responding to it, which I would bet he probably does. It's going to be Kolaghan's Command. K command. Yep. 2 damage, and I discard a card. think we just discard the Llanowar Wastes. Yep. Again, great risk, great reward. That's kind of the objective. I guess if we would have played the Clancaller, I probably should have played the Clancaller second turn. Just it feels less good to play that. Oh well. And I threw away the land. I don't think I need the land. Mostly because I drawn another one. That's fun. So I have 4 mana. Play Dwynen's Elite and Clancaller. Yeah, I guess so. So, colorless, green. And then Elvish Clancaller. I keep calling it Chancellor, by the way. Elvish Chancellor. And in the video, I was going to call it Elvish Chancellor because that's what I kept calling it. But I corrected it. Just because I know people... I think it's really funny when I say stuff wrong and like completely either mispronounce or just call cards by not their name. But I know there's a lot of people that that thinks it's cancer to their ears, essentially. So I've decided to stop that habit as much as possible. We will see how it plays out, though. I'm sure it'll happen again someday. I'm sure it's probably already happened. Okay. A little bit surprised. Our opponent usually would have other stuff into play by now. Kind of a little surprised they don't have Tarmogoyfs. Collective Brutality is also a card. And they choose an instant or sorcery. Oh, there goes the Lead Stampede. Lead the Stampede is going to go away. I guess we throw, next turn we throw it Shaman of the Pack and swing for some damage. He has green mana open up though, so he can eat stuff with Scavenging Ooze. Maybe we don't swing in. Huh. There we go. Jund doing what Jund does best, and that is removing stuff from play before it gets out of hand. Which is what makes Jund really good against elves. Yes. Yes, indeed. Because the big thing about elves, and this is actually a lot of the more linear decks, such as elves, is like, if they can't start getting the like serious advantage right away, then they will like run out of gas. So like right now we are essentially, oh there's the Tarmogoyf I was talking about. Right now we are essentially out of gas. Like we are about to start spinning our wheels. We are about to start spinning our wheels in a very bad way. Unless we draw into something relevant. Llanowar Elves is not relevant. But we will play it, and then we will run out the Shaman of the Pack. So, Shaman of the Pack, dealing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage to our opponent. Okay. I mean, it's something. It's not the best, but it is something. Okay. What do we need? We need an Ezuri Renegade leader. That would win us the game. I think that's our real out. Westvale Abbey could win us the game at this point as well. Opponent cascading into a fatal push is not going to help us at all. So goodbye. Oh, he hasn't had anything leave play yet, so less good for our opponent. I guess he's probably just going to get rid of 2/2. And I think we're going to have to weather the storm here. He's going to start swinging in, and we're going to just kind of have to sit back and take it. I don't think there's much else we can do. So swinging in with a 4/4 or 4/5. I mean, I could technically triple block. Triple block's not worth it. If it was double block, I would probably have considered it. But yeah, let's not. Our opponent's also down to 1 card. So we are both playing the who can race faster game right now. Unfortunately, our opponent races faster than us. There's that Ezuri Renegade leader I was talking about. So I guess I go like this, and then I literally just wait and hope our opponent doesn't have stuff. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Just hang out. And at this point, he can't kill any of our stuff either because we can regenerate other elves. Unless he gets rid of this guy. then that doesn't really help us out at all. So, because again, he can swing in with everything right now, and that's not going to do much for us. Mind you, this guy become a 6/5, which I guess is a thing. We will see. So one of the cards you may have noticed, actually, by the way, I didn't mention this in the video, but what is it? Elvish Clancaller. This is like a new addition to this deck from M19. It's actually relatively new, and it's really freaking good. So it's a 2-drop Lord, which is always fantastic, but it fetches up more Lords, especially in an Elf deck, which already produces a ton of mana. So it does our opponent attack. If our opponent attacks in, that means they probably have something. If they don't attack in, they don't. Ooh. Ooh. Why, hello there, Jund. Happy to see that you didn't bring your awesomeness today. Nettle Sentinel. Not really what I want to do. So he has what? 1, 2, 3, 4 because of this guy. 4. And how many creatures? I have 2 creatures in my graveyard. He has no creatures in his graveyard. He can make this a 4/4, which kind of kills Shaman of the Pack. I think we kind of just need to do this. Not the funnest thing, but it is a thing. We basically, the long and short right now is like doing Ezuri Renegade leader to swing in with this guy, and this guy is not going to help out. I guess we always technically swing with him as well. We don't want to do that. Is not going to be enough to really stifle our opponent. So we're kind of just going to play some stuff out, and we need to buy ourselves a turn, because we need a little bit more mana or a couple more elves. Yeah, because our opponent's at 13. There's no point in swinging in and not being able to actually get like lethal into play. So we kind of hang out. And this way as well, we can also hold up and regenerate elves, which is also going to be nice. Because he could have also just held up a bunch of stuff so he can just bolt stuff or destroy other stuff. Yeah. That sucks. Good draw for our opponent, unfortunately. Bolting this guy, he can't regenerate himself, he can only regenerate other elves. Opponent's going to swing in with all of this stuff. Do I double block the Tarmogoyf? I think... Do I double block the Tarmogoyf? I don't. I don't. Why? Why don't I? It's only 4 damage. Not within scary range yet. You win the game by your opponent having 0 life, not by you having a bunch of life. So I can kind of weather the storm. Creatures are more valuable, especially if I draw into something like this guy, which will definitely help me out a little bit. And I guess we'll always untap it. So play the Clancaller, and I guess if I swing it with this guy, he blocks here. I guess we're going to hold out. I mean, technically I could swing with everything, but does that... If I swing in, what does the backswing look like? 4, 8, 9, 10, 11? No, we can't swing with everything. Do I swing with a bunch of stuff, though? Like, do I swing with both of these guys? If I swing with both these guys, he eats enough creatures to make this guy survive. Doesn't really help us out a lot, and then he next turn swings in for lethal. So no, we don't do that. We just need to weather the storm. That's all we need to do. All we need to do is weather the storm. just not die. Okay, so he's gonna start eating stuff, making this guy bigger. My biggest concern, this is the whole thing, right, is if I swung in with a bunch of stuff, he would eat a bunch of creatures, make this guy bigger, and then when I swung in, he would block, and one of my things would probably die, and this would probably die, and then he would make this and make it even bigger. So that is not fun. So now he's going to swing for lethal. He's the aggro deck at this point. Our opponent is the aggro deck. So he's going to make us... Like, we're the ones that have to respond now. So, if we're the ones that have to respond... how do we respond if we're the ones that have to respond? So, Elfie Pants goes here. Second Elfie Pants goes here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I guess we go like that. I guess theoretically we could also... He has more... Yeah. It's so hard. I guess we go like that. We kill off this guy. We unfortunately lose our token. I don't want to block more than one because he can eat this guy. I'd have to double block to kill the Scavenging Ooze, which is not something I want. What I do want is to draw into Assassin's Trophy or something. That's what I do want to do. We're literally just playing the top deck game. This is, again, running out of... Ooh. Ooh. That's a thing. That is a thing, indeed. That's really fun. So... Do I swing with Shaman of the Pack? 5. What am I... Okay, we're gonna hold up. We're going to hold up. I guess, yeah, because having a hard time finding the best lines of play here. I haven't played Elves enough in the recently, so I mean, theoretically, I could swing it with Shaman of the Pack and then block. I think we just hold up. I think we just hold up because we might try and trade with our Shaman of the Pack and his Tarmogoyf. I think that's what we're gonna try and do. The big thing is he has a lightning bolt in hand. That doesn't help us at all. Doesn't help us at all. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So it looks like these two are going away. Again, Jund is doing what Jund does best. Just removing stuff from play, like, and that matters, and that matters. Goodbye to that thing, it matters. So opponents swinging. We have to block the Skoos no matter what. No matter what. And there is another, so 7, 4, 5, 6. I can get rid of the Scavenging Ooze technically. Do I get rid of the Scavenging Ooze? No, because there's a Bloodbraid in here as well. So I guess we go to blockers and we just be the lame duck and hope he doesn't have a 1 damage spell. I guess theoretically it's also hopeful I don't draw into one of my black things because my things that need black mana. Because I just realized that I have to pay my life to play the black mana things. Ezuri. You're not really what I want, Ezuri. Not at all. Okay. At least we get to throw one of these guys in front of one of these guys and block. Again, if he draws into Kolaghan's Command or Lightning Bolt, we tend to be in the Deadward capacity. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Regeneration is always a fun ability on an elf. Did our opponent draw into? So he's going to keep eating stuff, which is not fun. Still a Bloodbraid, still a single Bloodbraid in here, which means he can still eat more if he needs to. Opponent's just trying to get there. At this point, trying to get there. And I am in a very bad spot. Okay. So, whoop. Go to blockers. Do I throw the Lord in play or do I throw this guy? Lord or this guy? Maybe both? Sure, let's do both. This guy goes here. And then... we're going like this because we can regenerate this guy with this. So regen an elf. Oh, do I? So I have to pay 1. And I selected the wrong elf. Sweet. Could have regenerated our Elvish Clancaller. But I selected this guy. Oh well. Too late now. Ooze is eating... no, it's second ooze. Yet another ooze. Drawing cards would be great. It's Llanowar Elves. Not what we need. Again, we can still regenerate a bunch of stuff. I mean, if we're playing this one so close to the chest. Like, this is, like, seriously, so close to the chest. Opponent draws into Kolaghan's Command or Lightning Bolt, he wins. Bloodbraid Elf wins. Lots of options. Opponent wins. Lots of options. Lots and lots of options for our opponent. I guess theoretically we have a couple options as well. I mean, we could draw into, yeah, there's Bolt. That is going to be GG. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Adrian playing some... my name's Adrian. I say this has been Adrian as in, like, you guys get the idea. Until next time, though, my name's Adrian. This is GiantMonsterGames. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on GiantMonsterGames. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader GiantMonsterGames community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.